Mae rai fi gyfaddau, mi oeddwn ni yn dioddau o iselder am rai dyddiau ar ôl canlyniad y referendum diweddar. Ond nifer ohono ni, wy'n credu o dan y dwfeu yn genedlaethol am ychydig. Ond wy'n credu, mae rhaid i ni weid, mae yna rhywbeth ar droed yng Nghymru nawr. A dwi'n meddwl weithiau, chymod, yn yw rhyw fath o lwybr zig-zag fi cynnydd i Gymru erioed, ynddo fe? Mae fel petai bod angen yn tragediau cenedlaethol yn mwyn rhoi ysgytwad i ni. Meddyliwch am Dryweryn ar ôl nath hynny chwarae yn natblygiad y genedl Gymreig. Ac wrth gwrs, dyn ni wedi cael yn lluchio mas o federasiynau Ewropeaidd o fath o'r blaen yn hanes ni. Beth oedd yr ymerodraeth Rufeinig, wrth gwrs. Ac mi oedd yna ganlyniadau negyddol i hynny, ond beth ddigwyddodd, wrth gwrs. Nath e symbolu yn ôl Gwynfor i hun, wrth gwrs. Bu'n ni'n dathlu i fuddugoliaeth tefu, creu y genedl Gymreig. Hynny oedd y sbardun mwyn creu y Gymru, nôl yn 383 pan ath Magnus Maximus Wledig nôl i fod yn ymerawdwr. A beth ddigwyddodd hefyd pan wnaethon ni gadael, wrth gwrs, yr Eglwys Gatholig Rufeinig yn erbyn gwirfodd ar y pryd rhan fwyaf bobl Cymru. Wrth gwrs, nath hynny yn y pen draw yr arwain at ryw fath o adwaith oedd wedi symbolu cenedlaetholwyr Cymreig trwy'r fodi, wrth gwrs, yr Eglwys Lloegr i greu Beibl yn yn iaith yn hunain. Felly mewn crisis, mae yna gyfle yn aml iawn, ac arno ni mae'r cyfrifoldeb i gydio yn y cyfle hynny. Rai wythnosau nôl, 4 Wales, Sea England, gweitha'r modd o ddi. Ond mae cyfle gyda ni nawr, ond os i droi hynny, a'i throi yn 4 Wales, Sea Scotland. Dyna'r her i ni, A mae yna rôl gyda ni gyd i ware yn hynny o beth mewn sawl ffordd gwahanol ar sawl lefel gwahanol. Mae yna frwydr seicolegol i'w ennill. A mae'n dechrau fan hyn gyfeillion, chymod? Mae'n dechrau yn gynnar iawn wrth ein haddysg ni. Fe ges i yr rinwedd o fraint o gael rieni oedd yn gweud i fi fel unigolyn, fel oedd yn digwydd yn aml yng Nghymru, i gredu yn fy potensial fy hunan. Ond gweitha'r modd, y system addysg, a'r cyfryngau, a'r system wleidyddol, wrth gwrs, yn gweithio ni i beidio credu yn ein potensial fel cenedl. Ac wrth gwrs mae pobl Cymru yn credu yr hyn maen nhw wedi clywed. Felly mae rhaid i ni yn gyntaf ryddhau yn hunain yn feddyliol. A mae'n dechrau ar lefel unigol. Hynny yw, if we want to be free and independent, we have to act as if we are already free and independent. Os da chi'n redeg busnes, ffurfiwch rwydwaith o bobl sy'n mewn busnes sy'n gweud y gall Cymru fod yn ffyniannus yn economaidd yn wlad annibynnol. Os da chi'n artist, os da chi'n sgwennu, creuwch bwrlwm diwylliannol newydd fel gwelwn ni yn yr Alban gyda Radical Independence Campaign. Pobl ifanc ac artistiaid yn dod at ei gilydd i greu delweddau newydd o'r hyn gall yr Alban annibynnol fod. Now, the economic argument, of course, is going to be critical, because that's what we hear too often, always, of course. Ironically, it'll be the same people that were saying, a few weeks ago, believe in yourselves, take your country back, we can do it, who will now be telling us that Wales is too poor, too small to be independent. We need to have the arguments ready, right? So there's some hard work and hard thinking that we now have to do, because this may come to us as an opportunity quicker than we perhaps had anticipated or had hoped. So we need to get there. We need to get there together, and we need to create those arguments. But let's look at the facts, okay? Wales, according to the IMF, at the moment, despite decades of economic neglect and mismanagement from successive London governments, Wales would be the 17th richest country per capita in the whole of Europe, out of 50, okay? 17 out of 50 is where we currently are. If there was an European Championships for economies, we would get into the knockout stage, all right? And, you know, let's use the football analogy. We were 117 in the world rankings only a few years ago, and we've got up to 11. We can do it in the economy as well. Let's bottle some of that Chris Coleman spirit. Let's dare to dream. And yes, of course, failure is part of transformation as well. But we can do it as a nation, you know? Let's actually start to celebrate some of our Welsh successes. Two-thirds of virtually everyone's got one of these. There's a smartphone now. Two-thirds of smartphones in the world carry a semi-compound conductor, which is made by a company which was founded in Wales, headquartered in Wales, called IQE. Right? We can be world beaters. We can be world beaters as a nation. I ni'n hunal gynhaliol o ran ynni ac o ran dŵr yn fwy na hynny, wrth gwrs i ni'n allforio fe I Loegr. Nhw sydd yn ddibynnol arno ni. Now I don't actually believe those. I don't believe those that say that England couldn't make a success of independence. You know, when I say this to our neighbours, we will be good neighbours. It's not Russia and Ukraine. We're not going to turn the taps off when we get independence. But we may start charging you for the water, and why not? And I can tell you this, water is going to be a damn sight more important resource in the future than is oil. Wales is actually one of the only parts of the United Kingdom that has a substantial trade surplus with the whole of the world. You know, the UK has a massive current account deficit. Again, it is dependent on the goodwill of the world in order to keep on buying those goods. Wales has a surplus of traded goods worth £6 billion a year. You know, because we are a successful export nation. As a small country, we know we don't have a domestic market that we can afford to rely on, so we have to be traders. We've always been traders. You know, where was the first £1 million cheque in the world signed? It was there in the coal exchange in Cardiff. It's in our blood, our DNA as a nation to be a successful export nation, and actually independence will help us. It'll give us the levers. It'll give us the levers to do what Ireland has done. Ireland, in this last year, as we've seen, has surprised everyone by booking a 26.5% increase in its GDP in 1 year. They talked about the Celtic tiger being dead. Well, if that's death, then you know we want some of it here as well, because I've never seen a nation which actually was poorer than Wales only a few years ago rising in the way that it has done, and we can learn from their experience too. You know, but it starts with us. Mae'n dechrau gyda ni, and we all have a role to play for. Every one of us has a role to play in this. All of our skills, all of our expertise, all of our self-belief. We need to work together in a way that we've never done before, intensively, creatively, innovatively, and we can get to that independent Wales that we all want to see.